Something that is so iconic. We see it every year. For generations, it's been a part of Louisville tradition. We're talking the Courier Journal photo at the finish line of the Kentucky Derby. It never fails to be a powerful moment that helps us memorialize the race each year. Wave News reporter David Mattingly got a chance to talk to the man behind some of those recent iconic images. And David, there's one that if you walk through the halls of Churchill Downs that is from years past, always sticks out in our mind. And I imagine that everybody is looking to recreate an image like that when they're grabbing that photo line finish.
At the Courier Journal's work since I was a kid, looking at that photo that's taken right over there, and I found out that it comes down to technology, tradition, a team, and talent. Days before the horses are off and running in the Kentucky Derby, Michael Clevenger is already on the move.
I can tell you this, though, after 33 years, I don't think I ever get less nervous about it.
As the Courier Journal's top photographer, he's feeling the pressure that comes from covering the most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
For me, it comes down to 30 seconds. They cover this final quarter mile in 30 seconds, and that's really what I have to work with. So my entire Derby festival race comes down to this quarter mile stretch of track.
If it happens here, you've got to catch it.
It's my job. And
it's Clevenger's job to capture finish line photos like this. The Chestnut Mage clinching the Run for the Roses in 2023. Hooves pounding into the dirt, mane and tail streaming in the wind. The crowd on its feet, and the twin spires perfectly positioned up above.
There are rows of cameras through here, and everybody's trying to get that picture.
None of it is by accident. Clevenger works with a team of 16 people, positioning up to 20 cameras, each furiously clicking off up to 120 frames per second. And the results at the finish line are spectacular. 80-1 long shot Rich Strike in 2023. Horse and rider both peppered with mud in the most unlikely come-from-behind victory. And authentic, pulling off an upset in 2020 in front of a grandstand nearly empty because of the pandemic.
Has there ever been a picture that you got at the finish line that surprised you?
All of them. Probably Justify.
In 2018, with the conditions working against his electronic cameras, Clevenger still managed to pull off a shot for the ages. Justify crosses the finish line, silver drops of rain falling from above, and explosions of mud erupting below.
A photograph should tell a story, and a photograph should tell it in, a good photograph will tell it in layers. And that's what this position allows me to do.
To find his inspiration, Clevenger looks back to an iconic photograph from 1933. In the days when photographers had one chance to get one shot, the CJ's Wallace Lowry snapped two jockeys duking it out to the wire in what's become known as the fighting finish.
At the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, is relate the human condition, or the condition, of all the people here. And that matters. And Wallace Lowry did it better than anybody had ever done, and anybody ever will.
That last statement could be up for debate. You have to wonder what Wallace Lowry might have thought looking at this amazing picture. Mystic Dan wins the Derby by a nose in 2024. 3 jockeys in the ride of their lives. Only one of them is smiling.
I hope they get a sense of what those jockeys do, what those horses do. I hope they get a sense of the crowd and the scale and the size and the weather. I'm hoping that they get a full sense of the story of the race in at least one photograph. And that is really what I'm here for. If I do nothing else, that's my photograph.
Clevenger's job isn't over after the race is over. He has just 15 minutes to go through thousands of frames and pick the best ones to send back to his editors for publication. Reporting live, David Mattingly, Wave News.